Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a love reading, so we're gonna have a look at what's going on. You'll resonate with whatever I pull out of this deck. I was hearing something about chasing, but I'll see if that shows in the cards. So we're gonna begin with shuffling. All right, we do have in the open. Vulnerable, being transparent, guard is down, open to experience. So I'm not sure if that's someone you're connected to, or maybe that's the energy that you're in now. Maybe you're open to whatever is for your highest good, but let's have a look. It's the first time I'm using this deck on the channel. We do have ascending, transcending obstacles. So it does feel like there's been some sort of positive shift in your energy. And we have delayed messages. All right. This could be someone who maybe you thought you'd hear from them. This could, remember I heard chasing. So maybe in the past, this is someone that you used to chase or seek out. And perhaps you've delayed doing that because we were also getting that Phoenix energy, or that ascending, transcending obstacles. So it's very unsent messages. That's what I mean. It could be that you've been healing that attachment within you, or that need to chase love outside of yourself. I'm feeling a lot of your energy. So I don't even want to say that you might be hearing from someone from the past. Like, I'm hearing that you've delayed messaging someone, that you have been working on that energy, transcending. All right. Usually I feel, I'm not saying that you're not connected to someone here, but usually I feel the other person. And right now it's like, when I'm seeing these cards, it's about you. I'm gonna shuffle one more time. I don't normally shuffle 4 times. We have sunglasses. Searching for you. Interesting. This could have been someone that you had rose-colored glasses on with. This also could be a situation where you had almost rose-colored glasses on about yourself. Maybe you were searching for love outside yourself. Clearly you're attracting attention. There's somebody here watching you. And I just don't know if it's someone that you stopped chasing or someone new. All right. I did shuffle it 4 times. That's really strange for me. 4 is the energy of stability, of foundation, feeling more confident. All right, whoops. Let's see what we got. We have apology. Give it time. All right, so clearly you were giving this time. You've delayed reaching out to this person. You've ascended, hopefully, or you're working towards healing. Again, I'm hearing chaser energy for a reason. I'm not trying to label you as a chaser. It's to describe a dynamic. So this could have been a situation where, again, you were trying to fix it, or you were chasing love outside of yourself, but you've delayed reaching out to this person. You've given it time, given it space, giving it room to breathe. And it does say there's an apology coming in. Regrets, forgiveness, conflict resolution, unintended harm. You know, Sometimes I'm not here to make excuses for anyone, but this person could have hurt you very deeply. And perhaps they didn't take accountability. And even though maybe they said to you, my intention wasn't to hurt you, my intention wasn't to whatever, their intention, good intention, doesn't make the fact that the hurt happened. So I'm getting the energy that maybe this person had a hard time taking accountability in the past. We also have give it time, like I said. So it feels like when we're chasing someone or when we're attached, it kind of prevents the energy from flowing naturally, or when we're trying to get someone to apologize, for example. So it feels like whatever the situation, it needed time and space. And especially for you to ascend out of that energy that I was picking up on. So for whoever this reading is for, there's been time since you've spoken to this person. And just like you've delayed reaching out to them, not sending messages, it's possible that they've been in the same energy. There could be some mirroring happening here. Let's just go one more card. We have cloudy time. So there was confusion. Things weren't clear. There was a lack of clarity, worry and doubt, misunderstandings. It's interesting because the oracle reading I just did for the daily message, there was a message about chasing. And I went into where that wound or where that response comes from and how to work with it in the moment so you don't chase. And the whole message of that was after, like I even titled it, after the storm comes a rainbow. So it's possible that things were very cloudy here, confusing, worry and doubt, misunderstandings. We'll go one more. Golden ticket. I immediately heard the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when he's singing about, I've got a golden ticket. So access to love, it feels like this door is opening. And for those of you who wanted new love, sorry, this is about a past person coming in with an apology. So let's see what's going on here. I had a feeling, secret admirer. You may have two people coming in now that I'm thinking about it. So we have false promises, sending mixed signals, unreliable, unlikely to fulfill, someone, acting from an immature place, possibly from a place of wounding. But then we have this arrows of love, which is 8 of Wands energy. It says being swept off your feet, moving forward quickly, love interest rushing in. So it almost feels like you are ascending and you've definitely got someone watching you. It might be 2 people though. There's definitely this energy of someone from your past coming in. It's like the doors are opening for you, doors of opportunity, maybe multiple doors. If you don't have someone new in your energy, this could be that past person coming in a very different energy, looking, like a different person. That's what happens after a proper ending, where there's real transformation. You deserve the reward. Not settling for less. This is what I mean. You could be a counterpart, or you could be a divine feminine. And it's interesting. One thing I always say is the end goal is not actually, it's not supposed to be about union with your person. And that's how people can get stuck. That's how, again, I keep hearing that chasing thing. The real gift in it and the real point to it is you coming into inner union with yourself. And then I always say union is icing on the cake. So clearly there's something good coming towards you here, because you're no longer settling for less. You're no longer accepting mixed signals or someone who can't take accountability or confusing situations. All right. I just heard waiting to shoot their shot. Delayed messages. Love offers. Multiple All right. I'm actually going to have to... I might have to do 2 separate tarot pulls here. Communication issues, unsent messages, slow to respond, waiting for a message. And again, when I was shuffling, it felt like that was about you. We also have love offers, multiple love interests, many romantic invitations. So it feels like all at once. What? All at once. I'm getting a song. I might have to pause it to figure out what this song is. All at once. Could it be from a Disney movie? Hang on, I'll pause it while I try and figure out what it is. Well, that was weird. I spent a long time looking for this song that I thought I was hearing. And I actually wasn't hearing. I was hearing for the first time from Frozen. And I was also hearing From Now On, which is from, what's that movie called? Hugh Jackman, From Now On. Anyway, why can't I remember the name? From Now On by Hugh Jackman, and For the First Time in Forever from Let Go. I don't know what the significance of that is. All right, but you're going to have multiple offers coming in. Frozen could be symbolic. Cloudy time. And we also have kicking the bucket. Significant loss. So it feels like whatever version of this was, you've ascended out of it. You're not you're not interested in going backwards to the way things were. Into that like confusion, self-doubt, lack of clarity, having to chase someone, inconsistency, imbalance. Could involve a divorce or a breakup here. But then we have imprint. Leaving a mark, forever changed. Can't move on, a ripple effect. Ripple Effect by Scotty Hellman. Maybe you already have 2 offers because I'm like feeling this confusion. Don't know what to do. Like maybe you already have 2 offers, but again, I'm hearing multiple people. Like there's multiple energies here. But one thing I'm picking up for certain is that you've ascended like the phoenix, which means you're not going to go back down into that fire, even if it is with a past person. You're forever changed. You will no longer accept less than you deserve. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get 5 more, and then I'll get tarot. Photographs, blast from the past. See what I mean? Right underneath false promises. So this is someone from your past. Blast from the past, past events, nostalgia, reigniting the past. secretly watching you, hiding feelings from you, the person from your past. Somebody coming towards you very quickly, being vulnerable, being transparent, guard is down, open to experience love. Reigniting a flame, quality time spent together. I don't know. It's interesting, this umbrella, because I think in the past this umbrella was, when I think of an umbrella, I think about rain, thunder, storms, cloudy times. I think the real shift that I'm picking up on here is you are no longer going to accept less than you deserve. You're no longer chasing the same version, the same pattern. And it's, again, it's interesting. Right before I started this reading, when I was meditating, I felt really called to like randomly cut the deck. And the card that I cut open to was a divine portal is opening for you. There's definitely the person from the past changed. And if they come in and they're the same, you're definitely not going to accept that offer. I'm just unsure if there's someone new here. It could be that you have, it could be that you don't have anyone new coming in your energy, but this person thinks you do because you're not chasing them anymore. We have heavyweight, a lot of baggage, extra burdens, major challenges, stress, and responsibility. So it feels like both of you possibly had a lot of wounding. That's kind of what I channel as a reader. Causing major challenges in this connection. And like I said, if you were both repeating unhealthy patterns, especially like attaching or codependency, putting up with less than you deserve, it feels like the changes you've made have had a ripple effect on this person. Perhaps part of the reason why you would reach out so quickly is because of some of these past wounds that you have. And the reason that you haven't heard from this person in a while seems to be that they either have a lot of stress and responsibility in their life. They could have been going through tower moments because they weren't changing. Working through some of their baggage before they reached out to you. Secret admirer again. So someone's definitely been confused on how to come towards you. They've been watching you from a distance, hiding feelings, holding off. There's been delays, lack of action from this person. Oh my gosh, hang on here. Final cards. Prosperity, financial blessings, creating prosperity, dreams into reality, reconciliation, restoring harmony, getting back together, making up after a separation. Sorry guys, this doesn't feel new for those of you who are hoping that it was new. Reconciliation on the cards, divine portal opening. Again, ascending. You know what? That ascending card, I'm keeping that reconciliation for the thumbnail. But that ascending card mentioned preparing for union, but I didn't want to mention it until I had confirmation. So this is what happens when you change the way you're approaching a situation, when you phoenix. Preparing for union. And that would mean, oh, that's crooked. That would mean that both of you would have had to have changed if this is a preparation for union. I just saw 8:18 on the timer because I had to pause it. So this is another part that I'll then stitch together. 8:18. Strength and the moon. Confidence. Strength to look at shadows. To embrace uncertainty. All right, let's get tarot. Interesting, we have King of Cups on the bottom of the tarot deck. I wanted to choose like a cute tarot deck because these cards are pretty cute. All right, so the Hierophant, maybe you were married to this person. Maybe this person had a fear of commitment. Now they're ready for commitment. The Hierophant, I'm hearing spiritual ascension, like spiritual lessons being learned. That's beautiful. Taurus energy. 8 of Swords in reverse, new perspectives. Healing the trauma that keeps us stuck. This person coming in you're going to see a new side to this person. And think about it. Has your perspective of them changed? Again, I'm hearing that you'll no longer accept less than you deserve. You've raised your standards. King of Cups. This person could be coming towards you very more emotionally mature, ready to put in effort. 5 of Swords, after self-sabotaging the connection. And again, when we are accepting less than we deserve, when we are in that attachment, when we're chasing, that is a form of self-sabotage in itself. One more. I keep wanting to shuffle 4 times, which is really strange for me. I always shuffle 3 times. Wheel of Fortune. Maybe April is symbolic because of the 4. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Wheel of Fortune. Changes. Making adjustments. Navigating those changes with this person. These changes needed to happen. The wheel is about to turn in your favor, my friend. I've had a few of these really nice messages of people coming back together, which is nice. The Sun, the happiest card in the deck. Listen. Oh my gosh. When I went, the Sun, it was at 11:11 on the timer. Reunion, 4 of Wands, stability, marriage, homecoming, reunion, reconciliation, the Sun. Yes, the Empress. See? Do you see what I mean? Yep. It's funny. I thought this reading, I kept hearing Chaser, so I felt like I'm going to be channeling someone who's still in that energy, but it's not. I just heard when the runner becomes the chaser. Divine masculine energy, you sitting on your throne, sitting in your power, Empress energy. I do not chase, I attract. Very abundant, I'm hearing. This is beautiful. Divine feminine. A divine feminine no longer accepts less than they deserve. Elevating into this divine feminine, the Empress, not talking about gender. Healing. This is nice. Could be dealing with a Leo after a period of separation. Hanged Man energy. After a period of uncertainty, after surrendering, after gaining new perspectives. That's the Yes card. Very nice. All right. Where do I want to begin? Let's just look at who this is, just to confirm. Who is it? 2 of Cups. Someone wanting to have an honest conversation with you, someone you felt a connection with. There could have been an imbalance. There could have been codependency, where there was like this cycle you were stuck in, runner chaser. Again, where maybe you were chasing love outside of yourself, but you've evolved into this feminine. So signs we have the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. We had the Empress, which is Taurus and Libra, the Hierophant, Taurus, Pisces is the Hanged Man. So someone that you have had feelings for. Someone, oh dear. Knight of Swords in reverse, could be a younger air sign, doesn't have to be. Someone who had a fear of intimacy, someone who would get really triggered, who would make impulsive, maybe they made impulsive promises that they couldn't follow through with. They could have impulsively ran. Could have been someone that you used to impulsively, from an unhealed place, chase. Again, I'm not labeling you, I'm describing an energy. There could have been, you know, a lot of reactions, a lot of triggers within this connection, intense arguments. They could have said hurtful things towards you. It's definitely someone you stopped pursuing. And the Nine of Wands, so a love that was not easy, a love that required hard work. It was leading to self-improvement. All right. One more for who this is. The King of Coins, the Knight of Coins. So it's been slow moving energy. This could be someone, could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be someone who is an entrepreneur. But this is someone coming, like, look at the sun. This is someone coming in with a very stable offer. I feel like this person has had an awakening, or they've done self-evaluation, because these little animals here, well, first of all, we have a ladybug. Definitely this person. But also they all have horns, which the horn is a symbol of judgment. So someone who, they've made a decision here. They've been working on their foundation. They've been very, very slow coming in. They've really been working on themselves here. The Hermit. Five of Swords, self-sabotage. So this person self-sabotaged from an unhealed place. And again, maybe they even said to you, that wasn't my intention. But the intention doesn't excuse the harm. And Five of Swords, that's harmful energy. Knight of Swords in reverse, that's harmful energy. Someone who's been, again, self-reflecting here, doing some soul searching. Could be a Virgo, someone who pulled their energy away. All right, let's see your energy. Before, French Bulldog could be symbolic. I'm feeling really, April 27th could be symbolic. As I picked up my iPad, it's 4/27. 4 is definitely symbolic, but I've never been called to do this with this deck, but I want to look up the spiritual symbolism of a beluga. Wait, what am I? Okay, sorry. Squirrel. I just saw an email pop down and it like completely, I had a squirrel moment. Spiritual meaning of beluga. Baby beluga could be symbolic. Oh, dearie me. The beluga whale holds a strong spiritual meaning of pure love, emotional communication, not bad communication. Remember what's coming. Someone is being vulnerable with you. Emotional communication, where in the past they could have been emotionally triggered and responded from an emotionally triggered place, the same way that maybe you felt an emotional attachment or connection to them. Possibly you chased them from an emotional, like, heightened emotional place. But anyway, the beluga symbolizing pure love, emotional connection, communication, community, and joy. It symbolizes using one's voice to share truth while singing the song of the soul. Do you know what other song I was hearing right before I started this reading? I was hearing, it's a brave song. Children's movies could be symbolic. Into the open air. I can't think of it right now. Into the open air. Pure love and nurturing. They remind us of the importance of emotional connections, bonding, kindness, joy and playfulness, smiling at life, the sun. Spiritual awakening. Didn't I mention that this person, judgment? So I feel like they've had an awakening or a judgment, a wake-up call. Harmony. Encouraging emotional depth, emotional communication. Bonds of love. So this person, definitely. I asked who they are, right? So they are someone coming in, King of Pentacles, emotionally and financially, or I just heard maybe not financially, but they're coming in emotionally mature, wanting to have an honest and heartfelt conversation with you. Because again, I don't think you were chasing clarity here. 3 of Swords in reverse, reconciliation, wanting to apologize after self-sabotaging. Again, you could have felt like this person was playing mind games with you. All right. Let's look at your energy. One more. So very important. That's funny. Very important. If you do not resonate with this energy, it may not be your reading. Because if you are in any type of energy but this, it's probably not the right time. We have the Ace of Wands. So right now you're feeling very inspired, passionate about life again. You could be working on like some creative things here, getting your spark back, elevating, Ascension. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is the thing that made me laugh. So the frog can symbolize releasing, cleansing, healing. It symbolizes knowing your worth, having higher standards, not settling for anything less than you deserve. Possibly you've put up boundaries, you've transformed. Look at those butterflies, you've transformed. And again, if this person were to come in and they weren't changed, you would have no problem saying, see ya, bye. Like, no thank you. Where in the past, maybe you would have reopened that cycle of chasing is what I'm talking about. All right. Very nice. 10 of Wands in reverse, releasing the burdens, lightening the load, completion, relief. So you've completed a cycle. You've put these burdens down. You're no longer carrying these, burdens from your past, like unhealthy patterns, and you're no longer willing to carry this person's burdens for them, make excuses for it. Very nice, powerful energy, very powerful, very healthy. So you're calling in something healthy here. Temperance on the bottom. Patience, no longer chasing, healing, chilling in your drink cup on the ice cubes. I like it. You're no longer chasing love outside of yourself. I really like this. You've re-examined the priorities you chose in the past that weren't aligned with you. Ooh, healing fear of rejection, fear of abandonment. I'm proud of you. Sagittarius, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, so let's see. I kind of want to see how this person is feeling about you. Isn't it interesting? This is so strange. So in this reading, I'm autistic, so I have like very strong pattern recognition. I've never shuffled cards 4 times in all the readings I've done. Never. Sometimes I'll do it once. I can't do it twice. It's usually always 3. And today I did it 4 times. The other thing I do is that I never put your person on the left side of my table. Ever. Ever. Maybe when I first started. I always put, you know this, I always put you on the left and you on the right. I just heard nobody puts baby in the corner. And you have temperance, balancing feminine and masculine energies, finding that balance within. Very healed energy. And look at where I put you. I put you on the right side, which is technically the masculine energy. Like the right side of your body is the masculine side of your body. So it feels like you also have this strength about you, this masculine strength. I hope you can hear my kids giggling. Laughing. Kids giggling raises vibrations. You, high vibrations, learning to laugh again. But it feels like you almost have this masculine strength to you where you know your worth. You're releasing fixer patterns, right? No longer willing to carry this person's baggage or make excuses for them. Again, look at this image. This person coming in with a very solid offer, and you have your sword. I also believe you're an Empress energy, but this one's important too. You know your worth, higher standards. I like it. I very much like that. 4 of Wands, you coming into inner union with yourself. That's beautiful. Remember I said the icing on the cake. Remember? All right. So I'm actually going to see how they're feeling about you first. How are they feeling about you? So strange that I put them on the left side of the table. We have the World. A cycle has ended, my friend. This is about a new beginning. That old cycle has completed itself. This person knows you are done with that cycle. The World for how they feel about you. So they see you as their fulfillment. The Hierophant. Marriage. Commitment. Maybe you're 8 of Cups, walking away. No longer accepting less than you deserve. They know it, even if you didn't speak it, right? Energetically, when we are in that energy where we're no longer willing to accept less than we deserve, we've healed a pattern, we've ascended, our energy shifts. So for this person to like come towards you, again, I'm not saying they're conscious of this, but they would have to come in differently because you've ended that cycle. So we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. They have something weighing on their conscience, on their chest that they want to get off their chest. This is about the end of games, right? You're no longer willing to accept less than you deserve. You're no longer willing to allow their shadows to sabotage this connection because you've been working on your shadows that have sabotaged this connection. Getting the record, setting the record straight. No more running. King of Swords. So they know they have to come in honestly. This person, again, I was hearing maybe they failed to take accountability. King of Swords. So this shows me that they know that they need to match your energy. They feel like you have higher standards, that you're done with the games, you're done with the running, you're done with the inconsistency. Very nice. Counterpart energy. Maybe they do feel like you have someone new in your energy for some of you. 10 of Swords, there was an ending here. Let's get a few more for how they feel about you. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. So for how they feel about you, Six of Coins, equal give and take. There needs to be balance. That if they come in, Four of Cups in reverse, they need to come in putting in more effort. This person has clarity about this. Six of Coins. So you were, again, I think that you wanted, what is happening here? We have the Queen of Coins. So we have the King and Queen of Coins and the King and Queen of Swords. For some of you, maybe you're the same element. It doesn't have to be air or earth. But this person knows, again, you are thriving in your independence. You are no longer willing to accept inconsistency. Queen of Coins, they could feel like you're protecting your pentacle or protecting your energy right now. There's a lot of energy of protection here. But they see you as someone very nurturing, very giving. Maybe you're focused on work right now. You could be focused on your mission. Maybe you help others. Let's see how you feel about them. Well, Five of Coins. So they could have very well triggered that fear of abandonment. They left you out in the cold. Could have rejected you. Three of Swords for how you feel about them. So through this separation, they caused you pain. They caused you pain. Three of Swords. Possibly by rejecting you or making, like they could have, again, just through their actions or lack of actions, they could have triggered that wound within you, that wound of rejection or that fear of abandonment. Let's get another one for how you feel about them. Justice. So with Justice, they could have blamed you unfairly. They could have had a hard time taking accountability. You probably want, like if you were to come back together, you would want an apology. You would want accountability, truth. We have the Three of Wands. They could have caused you, they could have been a catalyst for your forward movement and your growth. We have the Three of Coins, Knight of Wands, exactly, the Tower. So it feels like, for how you feel about them, they were very hot and cold, very inconsistent runner. Could have been very unstable. The Three of Coins, again, this Three of Swords is showing to me that they weren't showing up as a teammate in love. They weren't, you wanted balance. You wanted forward movement. You wanted a healthy, stable relationship. And I don't think they were giving that to you. You could have even, you could be feeling like you've moved on, right? And I talked about this in that reading I did the other day where it was about a reunion, where moving forward doesn't mean slamming the door and moving forward with resentment and calling them names and having anger towards them. Moving forward is, you know, I take the lessons from it. I'm open to whatever the universe, like whatever is in my highest good. I'm moving forward, focusing on my own growth. But again, I'm getting the energy. Whoa. We have the Ten of Cups. So perhaps they were a catalyst. This separation could have been a catalyst for you to come into inner union with yourself, to find that inner happiness, that inner fulfillment. I think you do still want a future with this person. But they would have to change. They would have to take accountability and be honest. Let's see their intention towards you. Temperance. So they want to balance this. They want to restore harmony. They want to take things slow. They want to take things slow. Knight of Pentacles. Very determined, slow and steady. So their intentions towards you, which is interesting, is to come in quickly because they've taken long enough is what I'm hearing. But then they want to take things slow. They don't want to rush things, which again shows a more mature energy. It means this person doesn't want to sabotage this. Like I'm hearing, if they would even take me back, right? Like you, if you would even take them back. So they know that they need to come forward with stability. They want to take things slowly. And connections that are slowly built and aren't rushed are stronger. I feel like this person has taken their sweet time coming in though. 8 of Pentacles. So they want to invest in this connection. Taking it slow and steady. One more for their intentions. Ace of Coins. That's what I mean. They're coming in with a stable offer here. After overcoming obstacles, after the clouds go away. Death, transformation, new beginning, rebirth. Okay, I don't know if I want to take the cards underneath, but look at this. We have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups, ready to put in effort, ready to be more emotionally immature, offering you stability. Wheel of Fortune. Their intentions. I can't take all these. I'm going to take the King of Cups though. But they want to navigate these changes together. This is also about a decisive moment, right? Where they come in. After an ending, after learning lessons, after walking away. All right. This person, their intentions, they don't want to repeat past mistakes. 8 of Cups can also be avoidance, so they no longer want to avoid this. Highest form of love there is. I bet you at some point we'll see the Queen of Cups because we're getting counterpart pairs. All right. What is their next action towards you? What is their next action towards you? 6 of Cups. 3 of Coins. Wanting to work together. Wanting to work as a team. Wanting to heal this. Sorry, they do. I was still on intentions, but I asked actions. 6 of Cups, hearing from this person. Wanting to reunite. Wanting to get back together. So you're definitely hearing from them. Confirmation that it's a past person. Wanting to, again, move forward together slowly after both of you've been healing. This is very nice. This is very nice. One more for action. One more for action. Ace of Cups. Offer of love. Could be 1 month. Remember, I was hearing 4. I was hearing April. I was hearing 4 weeks. Now we've got the Ace of Cups. They're coming to give to you. Look at that. They're coming to pour in your cup. And look at the cute little animals, like compromising here. Do you see this? Transformation, butterflies. So they're coming, they want to give to this emotionally. They want to invest in this emotionally. 8 of Wands and Strength. Told you so. I told you so. The power of not chasing. Seriously. If you are someone who wants this and you're in a counterpart connection, the oracle message that I just did, I explained what to do when you feel like chasing. Because for whoever this reading is for, you've healed your chaser energy, which again changes the dynamic in this. Wow. 8 of Wands, could be even 8 days for some of you. My goodness. I don't even know what to ask. Your advice when the communication comes in. Trust your intuition, I'm hearing. Again, you'll know if it's the right time because you're no longer in that energy of accepting less than you deserve. So if they come in with something less than you deserve, again, see ya, bye, is what I'm hearing. What is your advice when this communication comes in? What is your advice when this communication comes in? What is your advice? So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So have they changed? Have they changed? Make sure they've changed. We also have the Four of Wands, which again, I've been doing a few reunion readings lately. So are they coming in stable? Are they coming in, have they made the changes that is necessary for a union? Okay. What do you need to know about this person? What do you need to know about this person right now? What do you need to know about this person? We have the Eight of Swords. So this period of uncertainty, they have a new perspective about you in this connection. Both of these cards are about a new perspective in love. I feel like this person has been healing some of the trauma that they have, some of the wounds. And again, if they're not showing new perspective, if they're not showing change, you don't have to open that door. You don't have to respond. You don't or maybe you respond and then you see, oh no, nothing's changed, because you don't want to repeat a pattern. So take it slowly to make sure they've changed. Make sure they're showing you a new perspective. From what I'm seeing, whoever this is, they have. The things that kept them stuck in the past are no longer keeping them stuck. I don't think, maybe they had limiting beliefs or fear that they've now healed. But again, 2 cards about new perspectives. So you're going to see a new perspective of this person. I just heard who dat, which is not something I say. Who dat? What do you need to know about this person? What do you need to know about this person? I think they needed to heal before there could be union. Just like I tell you guys, there needs to be inner union within yourself before there can be a union. If you're not in union with yourself, definitely not time for union. We have the Death card and the Ace of Coins. So the change that they were resisting, the Knight of Swords energy in reverse, the emotional reactions, the triggers, the intense arguments, the hurtful words, the fear of intimacy. Through this separation, they've been healing that. Look at the sun. And I said, after the clouds comes a rainbow. So they've stopped resisting change. They've, again, repeating negative emotional patterns, a shadow of death. And I think it has to do with this Knight of Swords. They're coming towards you with a solid offer of growth. And there is the potential for a reunion here, a brand new beginning. Both of you as your more healed versions. It's absolutely beautiful. And make sure that you don't repeat a negative pattern. So for example, if they come in and they want to take it slow and steady, sometimes they might be a little distant. Sometimes they might be slow to respond. And Spirit's reminding you, don't let that trigger you back into repeating a chaser pattern, okay? So actually, I think I should read you something. think I should read you something. Because sometimes we can feel like we've healed this chaser energy, but then when we hear from them and communication resumes, we can feel that old trigger that we've healed. We can kind of still feel it. And how we continue to heal it is not giving in to the trigger, not giving into that moment of wanting to chase anything. So I'm actually going to read you something. Three of Cups. Again, take this slowly. I'm hearing build a friendship first to make sure they've changed. And that will give you the opportunity to see, are any of these old patterns, now that I'm around this person who triggered them, are they resurfacing? Am I feeling them? Again, I'm going to read you something. And if you don't want to listen to it, then fast forward to the channeled messages. But I am going to read it for those who want. It's what to do when you're feeling that urge to chase, okay? Just 1 minute. I just got to get the thing. All right. If you watched my oracle reading, this is going to be repetitive because I read it to whoever needed it in that oracle message. But this is for you. Because, again, even when we're healed, it doesn't mean that sometimes these old triggers don't resurface from time to time. So I want you to hear this in case when this person comes in, let's say they message you and then you message them back and then it's like 2 days before you hear from them and you feel that ignited within you. You don't want to reach out and say, you haven't changed, right? That's your ego, that's your fear. You don't want to assume that they haven't changed because from what I'm seeing, it's going to be slow and steady when you reconnect. First Time by, now I'm hearing another song by The Script, I think. First Time. Feels like we're meeting for the first time. So remember, it's almost like treat it like a new connection. But if that bubbles up, I want you to remember this. I'm just going to read this thing to you. Understanding activation in relationships. There is a moment many people recognize, but may not understand while it is happening. A message goes unanswered. A tone shifts slightly. Connection feels uncertain. Suddenly the body changes. Thoughts accelerate. Emotions intensify. Urgency appears where calm existed moments before. You may feel compelled to explain more, reach out again, fix something that has not broken yet. Like, this is what I'm reading it for you for this reconnection. Or secure reassurance before distance grows. This experience is often called chasing, but chasing is not desperation. It is activation. It is the nervous system attempting to restore safety using strategies that once protected connection. And remember, you had the 5 of Pentacles, and I mentioned the fear of abandonment, the fear of rejection. And without getting too much into it, because this is a love reading, that fear of abandonment actually comes from, I'm studying child archetypes, and it comes from the abandoned child archetype. And then slightly the performer, I believe. So what's happening is, even if you're doing like really great and you're healing, coming into inner union with yourself, it's still possible that the shadow of that child within you with the fear of abandonment activates, even just slightly, which is why I'm reading you this. So, this is what I want you, like, this is what happens. You feel urgency to reconnect immediately, anxiety when responses are delayed, fear that something has changed without explanation. For some of you, you might not even need to hear this because you've stopped chasing. But if you've kind of stopped chasing and have went a really long time without having an interaction with this person that triggered that chasing wound to begin with, this is why I'm reading this to you, because it could still activate within you. And again, you don't want to repeat the pattern. Actually, it's from the abandoned child, the parentified child, the performer, the orphan. All right. So, the moment of choice. All right. This is what I want to explain to you. Chasing often happens before awareness arrives. But when awareness enters, a new option appears. Instead of asking, what do I need to say to fix this? You begin to ask, what does the activated part of me need right now? The question shifts healing inward. The goal is no longer controlling connection. The goal becomes regulating safety within yourself. So instead of chasing, I compare it to quitting cigarettes. You get the craving, you immediately pick one up. But if you could wait 10 minutes, that craving, that attachment will pass. When you're feeling that craving, it's coming from a activated place. Same with chasing. So when you feel the urge to chase, pause before sending another message. Huge here. Don't do it. Ground yourself. I always say put a hand over your heart, place both feet on the floor, take one slow inhale, lengthen the exhale slightly longer than your inhale. Focus on one physical sensation in your body. Is it fear? Is it heart racing? Is it disappointment because, oh no, they're being inconsistent again? And say to yourself, I am safe to pause. What you need to tell yourself in the moment, because again, they could be activating something within you. Say to yourself out loud, this is where you become, when that archetype within you is activated, you're behaving or you're acting from your wounded child state. Whereas when you don't follow that urge to chase and you ground yourself, you're acting from the more integrated version of yourself, the more healed version of yourself, the adult version. So in that moment, you need to give yourself what that activated inner child is needing. I wish I could have a conversation, and I someday will. I'll someday make videos about the urge to run. But anyway, you need to give yourself in that moment what your activated inner child is wanting. And it wants comfort. It wants reassurance. It wants connection. And that's why we chase. So instead of, again, overthinking and repeating a pattern here, know that that's what your activated inner child is asking for. And you can give them that without chasing. So say to yourself, say to your child, your inner child, you do not have to earn connection right now. Silence does not mean abandonment. You are allowed to take up space without explaining everything perfectly. You are safe even in uncertainty. Connection that is meant for you does not require panic. You can pause and still be loved. I love you. I am here with you. And say that to yourself, because that's what that activated part of you is wanting. Anyway, channeled messages. All right, let's see what's going on. Best friends. So again, build the bond of friendship first. Reconnect. Get to know each other again. You're probably like two new humans in the same meat suits, just different energy. All right. Ripple effect, huge here, okay? Butterflies. The butterfly knows the beauty of change. It settles when you least expect it. And the transformation, the butterflies I was seeing in your energy has a ripple effect, the butterfly effect. The song, Ripple Effect, Scotty Hellman. I know I mention it all the time, but for anyone who is new, that song talks about two people who are repeating past patterns passed down from their parents, and it sabotages the connection. Spiritual detox, releasing negative thoughts in people, major spiritual awakening, cleanse and rebirth. That's what I was seeing in their energy. Soulmates. I'm drawn to you in a way I have never experienced before. A love so deep and complex. Nervous. You make me feel nervous and excited in a good way. I'm scared to approach you. Remember that Queen of Swords. If you are in that Queen of Swords energy, again, energetically, this person would be apprehensive or nervous to approach you because you're standing in your strength, and maybe they're not used to you being in your strength. All right, what do we got? Expression. So there is an expression. There is an expression from this person coming forward. I want the whole world to know you are mine and only mine, but not in a controlling way, please. Not in a possessive way. We're not going down that road. This feels like they want it to be public. So maybe in the past they didn't want it to be public. Missing you. We may not be together right now, but my heart misses you dearly. I ain't missing you at all, John Waite. If that's even his name. Whoops, apology. I'd never take you for granted again. I've learned my lesson. I'm so sorry. Apology coming in. Let's we'll get three more. Watching. Definitely watching from a distance. We have perception. So remember, they're coming in with a new perception, a new perspective. And when somebody's really stuck in their perception and in their ego, maybe this person was like very defensive, not willing to see your perception. I was only able to see what I wanted to see. I'm sorry for not seeing your worth. We have strategizing. Remember, we had the King of Swords. So they are thinking about how to come towards you. It's why they haven't rushed towards you. It's why there's unsent messages. They're planning how to approach you, not in a manipulative way. But again, they know they need to come in correctly. About to make their move. Chess could be symbolic. And we have watching. So they have been watching you. That's weird. I'm hearing one more. So one more. One more. Good time. Again, they want to build a foundation here. They want to focus on the present moment. Enjoy being around you. I don't think if this person takes it slow or is slow to respond, don't jump to conclusions that they haven't changed, is what I'm hearing. And see what activates within you. Do you get triggered? All right, I'm going to end it here. I am sending you lots of love and light, my friend. I am proud of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.